Thank you for listening to the Content Magazine podcast, Conversations with Silicon Valley's Creatives, published by SV Creates. Today's host is Troy Ewers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. We are here on the Content Magazine podcast. I am your host, Troy Ewers, aka Trizzy Baby, and we have a very, very special guest. I think I've said that about every guest, but this one is special to me because I've known this man since 2004. We met in two separate classes, and we met because we were both considered the entertaining people of an entire school.
I hated you too. I didn't like you back then.
We had a rivalry.
Yeah.
It was Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
Nah, for real. It was one for the books, man. Ali Frazier.
You feel me? Went to separate middle schools, but still were very aware of each other, which is funny because we both played basketball, just did different things. Went to the same high school of Oak Grove.
Yes, sir.
Met back up, had very similar ideas.
Yeah.
Both wanted to do something in entertainment. You, at the time, was focused on rap. I was focused on being the hooligan that I was.
Yes, sir.
And then caught right back up before 2016 and created Channel 88 together.
The cool thing about that, we didn't miss any step in between any of that.
Nope.
Any of those breaks. No, it was just
hung out every time.
Yeah.
At some point, tried to rap together.
Yeah.
This man is Flammy Marciano, real name Daquan Fox.
Yes, sir.
He is a rapper, streamer. He is a father. He is an entertainer. At the end of the day, he is one of my closest friends, a brother. Like, if you asked my mom about him, she would say brother as well.
Shout out to Miss B, man.
Yeah, man. Glad to have you here. Hip hop, we had to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask you how you're feeling before we get started because you got a lot going on that we'll get into, but how are you feeling?
Like I was telling you when I was eating the tacos outside, man, like I feel like I'm on a win streak right now.
Yeah.
I'm on a heavy win streak. A lot of things are going good, I'm bouncing back. Of course, just as a man, you have those little the blocks mentally.
Little lapses.
Yeah, little lapses mentally, but just dealing with my subscribers and my fans and my friends and family, you tend to get through those blocks, bro. So I'm chilling, man. I'm vibing. I'm loving life right now.
Well, I went through some of the backstory. Let's, for the people who don't know you as well as I do, because I could tell his story front to back, from the window to the wall.
Yeah.
But
to the
no. This is not my old podcast.
I'll mess with you.
I'm corporate now. But nah. Tell people about your upbringing, making music back in the day, before even we got linked up. Tell people about those days, the early Flam days.
Yeah, man. So it all started when I was born in Lexington, Kentucky. So I'm a big blue nation all the way. Shout out to the Wildcats. That's where it all started, and that's where I get the foundation of my personality and my well-being and just respect for everyone I come across. That's where it all began, and then I moved to the Bay Area in San Jose. I think I was in kindergarten, first grade, and that's when I went to Del Roble. That was my first school.
Go Wildcats.
Over time, wow, Wildcats to Wildcats, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then over time, being an only child, I had to entertain myself. I didn't have siblings to play with or siblings to entertain me, or just things of that nature. So then I started watching a lot of TV. I started watching a lot of shows I shouldn't be watching. Not like graphics wise, like it's not like rated M for mature or anything, but I was watching like Sanford and Son, Three's Company, Cheers. Mind you, I'm like 7 or 8. Yeah. And I'm actually liking these shows. And then that's when I was like, man, I want to be an entertainer, bro. Like I want to be on these. I want to be in front of the camera. Like I could do that. Slowly but surely. I started rapping nursery rhymes to my aunts. My aunts are like, okay, you kind of cool, you kind of talented. Me being young, I let it gas me up, and I started, going overboard with it. I started staging like solo dialogue plays and monologues during the holidays. That was cool. And then my aunt's boyfriend at the time, he threw me on got me in the booth at the age of 8 or 9. And he was like, bro, just, rap something. So I freestyled. It took me like 3 hours to get one verse done. And that's when I heard my voice over the song, I'm like, this is what I want to do. Okay. And if it isn't what I want to do, this is what I'm about to lock in and be great at. So shout out to Trax, man. RIP, the late great legend himself. So he saw something in me, and that spark at the age of 9 kind of just lit the fire for the rest of the trail I blazed up to now.
For people who don't know, you used to go by the name of Young Marvel.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
That was...
Try to put that in the back of the memory bank.
Oh, I bet you would. I bet you were. The Alliance, salute.
Shout out Dub, man. Shout out Taylor.
One thing about your upbringing is not only did you have we could say a legendary producer close in the family, but that isn't what also influenced you at the time. Like, he himself was a big influence, and we could speak on that because we were right there at a certain point with seeing the influence change all
not
over.
Even firsthand, like in the war, like in the mix.
It literally, we were watching the generation who grew up on his music start making music, and we were a part of that. So that was going to be a whole different section. But speak about some of the influences, like a Lil Wayne, a Big Sean, King Los. These people who were savvy punchline rappers, but flow was also key.
Like you were saying, Los for sure. Los, so in the order I got introduced to them in was Wayne, Los, and then Big Sean. So Wayne,
really?
Yeah. So
really?
I learned about Wayne, of course, Hot Boys, right?
Okay.
When he was 13, 14, 15, doing whatever.
I didn't know Los became before Sean though.
Los came before Sean.
Crazy.
Shout out to Dat Piff.
Salute.
So Los came before Sean, Los came before Sean, and when I found out about him, he was putting together ridiculous lines like, I'm hotter than the devil wearing a sweater over a white beater eating a jalapeno fajita. Like, he was talking crazy, right? And I was like, oh, this is cool, but he wasn't making good songs.
Okay.
That's where Big Sean comes into play.
Yes.
He gave me the same schemes and word plays and the same science to the bars and the verses and the songs.
And doing that on a mixtape record
On a
too.
mixtape record, but he was making radio hits on accident.
Yes.
So like Finally Famous, volumes 1, 2, and 3, the big tape, the collab tape he had with Mike Posner. That's when I was like, I can do this. Yes. Smoke and Drive, bro. Classic. So seeing that happen, I'm like, I can do this, bro. I will say, I am upset my mom didn't let me go to his concert. He came to town, to San Jose. My friend Jennifer Noye had backstage tickets to go see Big Sean. Before he was Big Sean, he was in San Jose. And this is when it was the HP Pavilion, not the SAP Center.
Oh,
so that's how long ago it was. And my mom was like, you can't go. I'm like, why? My grades were good at the time. We were winning in football. I think my JV team was like 8-1. We had Piedmont next week. I'm playing quarterback. My mom was like, you just can't go.
That's the worst.
And she didn't give me a reason. And that's what hurt. She could at least lied and be like, the house dirty. I was like, damn. She right.
Dishes.
You know? So I was so close to meeting my legend, bro, my mentor. But, things happen for a reason.
What's one song from each person you could say directly influenced the Flammy Marciano that you would become towards high school?
Upgrade You freestyle by Wayne.
Classic.
Legendary.
Classic.
Legendary. I peel off in the Lamborghini like a tangerine. Got the engine straight shaking like a tambourine. Let me stop. And then
we can do that for 2 hours.
I can do that. I know that whole song front to back, bro, back to front. King Los, probably his Moment for Life freestyle.
Okay, of course.
You can see I'm big into freestyles. And then with Big Sean, Lemonade freestyle.
Okay.
Where the stop and start flow that he created, that people try to say Ludacris
controversial
created,
take.
Big Sean created it. And if he didn't create it, he made it hot. Nicki Minaj ran with it. Drake ran with it. That's a conversation for another day.
What do you think about Cameron, who did it?
I feel like Cameron is just
make me put both arms up, touchdown. Like,
so I feel like Cameron is just, we've never seen another Cameron and we never will.
That's facts.
That's how I look at it. Okay. I feel like we've seen a couple Big Seans, we've seen a couple King Loses, but we've never seen a Cameron.
Everybody has sons except for Cameron.
Exactly. Right. Cameron be on stage at It Is What It Is on accident, getting his hair brushed and the makeup put on freestyle.
Okay.
Like going crazy. So
that's different.
He's godly.
So we transition into when we, the hooligans, met up with this man.
Yeah, man.
And started our tries at making music. We weren't the greatest at making music, but we tried.
Yeah.
But one thing that you had that nobody really had at our age was access to a studio. you knew how to record yourself.
Yeah.
You damn near knew how to almost make beats. Like, you were getting there.
Yeah.
Fast forward to now, songs are starting to take off, like Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
One of the first songs Trax did for you that had a video.
Yeah.
Like,
bananas.
These songs start taking off to where people in other schools know he's not just a rapper. You're kind of the rapper of our age group at San Jose. The same way City Sean was for his group at the time.
Right.
Like, how did that start to feel as a person who said, I'm going to do this, and just your peers kind of saying, no, he is the guy that does this. Like, we're booing people who are coming to our school, but we don't boo you.
Throwing milks at them.
Yeah, we chucking milks at you, son.
Yeah. Shout out Solomon, man.
Yeah.
It kind of just started where Trax was telling, like, Trax used to record me when I was younger, and then it got to the point where he like, I can feed you fish, or I can teach you how to fish, and you'll eat forever.
Of course.
So he taught me how to fish.
Yeah.
So I started the simple Pro Tools, simple Fruity Loops. He didn't even teach me how to do it. He just bought it for me and said, go figure it out like I did.
Yeah.
So I went and figured it out. And
that self-teaching mentality.
Exactly. So that you were there when I had my room in the back of my house. I had the studio set up, and it was my room.
Yeah,
I used to pay people to come.
That's where we recorded the oldies.
I need that laptop, Mom. I don't know where it is.
That's where we recorded
I need that laptop. But yeah,
some of the most cancelable lyrics that I did not say, I never said them, are on there though.
Legendary songs, by the way.
And you know,
some of them made it to YouTube. I couldn't post some because, like you said, TOS.
Oh yeah,
so,
I forgot. We have the behind the scenes.
I was recording diss tracks with the two people that are dissing each other in the same room.
Oh yeah,
isn't that kind of crazy? Like Bass Goon.
Now that I think about it, you're DJ Vlad of our era. He was DJ Vlad.
Hey yo,
he was instigating beef.
Low key though,
amongst the school group.
They were both paying me, so that's why.
Very true. So,
I was like a arms dealer.
Okay.
I was an arms dealer.
Or, what is it? The Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah, Dogs of War.
Dogs of War.
Dogs of War. Yeah. So I was giving them AKs and I was giving them RPGs.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
exactly.
Either way, I'm getting paid for it.
And that's exactly what happened.
So that's where
you had the room back there.
Yeah, that's how it started, and then it led into, you know what? This summer, instead of me going to football practices, because I was a football player at the time as well, instead of me dedicating my time to football, I'm gonna go 20% football, 80% music. Because I was listening to Kanye, locked myself 10. It wasn't for 10 summers, but one summer I just locked myself in there, and I was just making music. I had like 10 bangers, 10 freestyles, and Mirage.
Wow.
Salute. Tyler Acosta hit me up. He's like, bro, I got this guy who goes to my school. He makes beats. Hit him up. I hit him up. I went to his house the first time. Remind you, I played football against this dude twice. We beat them both, of course, because it's Santa Teresa. And we dogged them. And he was like, yeah, I remember you, 23, right? I was like, well, that was my sophomore year. Freshman year, I was 17. I was quarterback. He was like, oh, yeah, I remember you. So we talked about football for like 10 minutes. And he played me some beats. And I'm like, how the hell are you not signed? How are you not? He was like, oh, I just started. I'm like, dude, I just started. So that's when the chemistry was kind of there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a symbiotic relationship. I supplied the vocals, the bars. I didn't have to worry about the other gigs in my brain of having to memorize beat tracks or anything like that. He did that. That's where we got Jerry Rice. That's where it all started. Like you said, it just a wildfire. I don't know, like it dropped. I think I dropped it, and I think 20 hours later we dropped a music video.
The music video with one of the biggest parties in San Jose.
I don't think there's been a bigger house party.
One of the biggest ones. Like, cops shut it down and then didn't, and then just said it was cool.
They shut down the neighbors. The neighbors were throwing a party.
Oh wow!
And they thought the traffic from our music video was coming from that house. Because they were throwing a quinte or something like that.
So that's why they left?
Yes. So they shut them down, and when they left, and our party kept going, and they didn't come back.
I was down the street at my homeboy Wade's birthday party.
Dude, and everybody came.
We were going to walk over there until he heard about the whole cops thing.
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah.
And then when we heard that they left, I was like, oh, we could just go there. Yeah. And we just walked over.
I had to call the homies like, bro, come back, bro. They didn't even come up to the front door. So that happened, and that kind of started like a virus almost, kind of like Oak Grove. And then from that party, we infected Santa Teresa. Me and Mirage infected Lincoln, Lee, Wilcox, Valley Christian, Live Oak, St. Francis, Gunderson. Next thing you know, I got 20,000 plays on SoundCloud within 24 hours
Yeah.
because everybody wants to be like, bro, I was at this music video. The music video drops. That's when I'm like, okay, Mirage, we gotta lock in. I kid you not, the first song me and Mirage made after that, No Love, we made the radio 2 weeks later.
Yep.
On Halloween.
Yep.
And I'm like, yo, I'm good at this.
Yep.
Like, I can do this. And it in a weird way, I didn't think I was that good. And then, of course, you got all your friends gassing you up, you know what I'm saying? Like, we went to the Booney Doon, the little, you know what I'm saying? The little campfires. And people from other high schools are saying, yo, you're Flammy. I need a picture. And I'm like, bro, what?
One of the most frustrating things when you're 18 and you're trying to hang with a bunch of girls and they all say, we know you from the music video, and you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Lost them.
Andre McClellan?
Yeah.
Remember when he had all the girls dancing on him on the couch? He hit me up, bro. He was like, damn, bro, you got me caught up by my girl. I was like, I can take it out right now. It's only been up for like 2 hours. I can re-edit it. He was like, nah, leave it, bro. It's legendary.
Legendary moments, man.
Legendary moments. Shout out to Andre McClellan. That's my wingman.
So there's a moment where you start dropping mixtapes and the traction doesn't die, but you start realizing something needs to change. And that's when we get, I want to say, the first Constitution mixtape. Transitioning, because that's
you
where
got USOD first.
USOD, because I was gonna mix them up because watch out, little. That comes after USOD, if I'm not mistaken, right?
It does, yeah.
So those two projects themselves and that freestyle specifically sets up Mood right now.
Yeah, perfectly.
How can you describe that little run where, again, it does seem like you died down because you're older. Everybody was older,
exactly,
so there's that element where the high schoolness kind of dies off of it, but you're still making music.
Exactly.
So go describe that run before we get into where you kind of shift mega stardom a little bit.
So that started because I just had an understanding of the industry. I got an understanding of my demographic. How can I get that demographic? Because no matter how many bots you buy for your streams or how many, media outlets you pay to put you in all these, articles or whatever, word of mouth is still the strongest form of spreading your music.
Every time.
Every single time. Every single time. That's why the SoundCloud rappers, that era was so bananas, because it's like, ain't nobody pushing this unless the people are listening to it.
It's
right?
like Playboy Cardi's fan base now is Uzi is so strong.
It's ridiculous. Yachty is still one of the biggest stars. So it started off as like just understanding what's hot in the streets. So Ray Shrimmerd at the time, they had bangers, drop freestyles of those. 2 Chainz had Watch Out, drop a freestyle of those. Big Sean, I Don't Fluff With You.
Yeah.
Drop a freestyle of that. So it's just maintaining and keeping people's ears and not keeping the same flow as the original song. That's when I learned from Wayne. That's why I like all those freestyles from each of those favorite rappers. It's not the same flow as the original song. Of course, you can play with it a little bit, but you got to get back into your bag. You know what I'm saying? So I'll never forget, I went to this one college party. I think it was a San Francisco State party. And this white girl rapped No Love, word for word, in front of me.
That's a beautiful feeling.
I was so impressed because I'm like, bro, you got white girl memorizing your music? You know what kind of demographic that is, bro?
It's like the little baby verse.
Bro, I wasn't Taylor Swift, but man, I was close. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like, hold on, bro, we're on to something. And every single time I would call you, I would call, Mirage, whenever I would link with Asia, go over her house and just talk. It's like, I can't believe this is happening. It's just it still felt surreal because I still had to go back to school, had to play football, I had to do my plays and musicals. I still had to do everything else, but I just wanted to just focus on that. But you got responsibility, so.
Then it shifts to Mood right now, and you get your first real hit.
Man.
Like, played on radio. If we would have worked the record a little harder, could have charted. Like,
don't get me started, bro.
Like, how does...
It wasn't even on us. That's the crazy part.
That's a different story.
Part, yeah.
But then we link up, and we create our own label because at the end of the day, there was a vision that I had where people needed to own something and we couldn't let it be taken from us.
Exactly.
For you, it was all about not having to deal with people in the industry as kind of just a point of contention.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to make you be something. They were trying to make you Drake, essentially.
Yeah, they were trying to make me something I didn't want to be.
Everybody was trying to make you the R&B rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And
they wanted me to make like 5 best I ever had. So
exactly.
I can't do that, bro.
In essence, you were like, no, we can make whatever we want. If I want to make a poetry record, I will make it. We don't control that. So that's where I came in as like the bodyguard against them.
Yeah.
You came in for me as, well, no, he's going to own these records and we don't have to deal with anybody else.
Exactly.
What was Mood Right Now going into your first album and at the exact same time where you started you're diving into the streaming, YouTube streaming business.
Yeah.
Popularity shifts, money gets a little bit better. Explain that change.
Have you ever put a gun together? I know it's a random question, but just hear me out.
No.
You never put a gun together?
No.
Okay, so when you put a gun together, you can put everything together, but if that pin isn't like placed properly, the gun doesn't work.
Yes.
Mood Right Now was that pin to ignite everything and just get everything shot out that barrel and just got me going.
Wow.
So Mood Right Now was everything. It was the pin. I can tie every single thing I do as of February 14, 2024 back to Mood Right Now.
Yeah.
So the crazy thing about Mood Right Now is that it wasn't even going to get pushed as the first single. I had to strong arm my own uncle. I don't know if you remember.
What was the first single going to be?
The first single was going to be, I think it was going to be Days In.
Okay.
It was going to be Days In, which was understandable. You know what I'm saying?
I could have saw that. Yeah.
It was understandable.
It ended up being the second one anyway.
Huge record. Yeah, it ended up being the second one anyway. But I had to strong arm my own uncle. So I went and posted snippets on Twitter, posted snippets on Instagram of the song.
Yeah.
And I had to show him, bro, look at this. I'm showing people the hook. This ain't even the bars or the bridge, the chorus, none of that. And he was like, let me go talk to my guy. So you know who he had to talk to. And when that happened, he showed it to Big Von. Big Von's like, bro, send me this. Give me a clean version tonight. ASAP. So I'm like, bro, like when you know you got one, you know you got one. We know that feeling as of when we record a song.
It ended up on Thizzler like a week later.
A week later, I was getting spins, Sana G, 97.3 LA, DJ Sour Milk, you know what I'm saying?
KSJS.
Too Short,
KSJS.
Can't forget Tor and them.
Can't forget about
Shout out to La Tor. So, and then, Chewy Gomez. So I'm having all these legends like, bro, this is hot. This is a banger. This is the one. And in my head, I'm like, I know. I knew it. You don't have to tell me this. I do this all along. So when that happened, that's when my uncle's business partner approached me with a label. And this is before I signed the 88.
Yeah. He
He approached me with a deal. I knew the deal was nasty. Yeah. My uncle told me, we all sat in the room and he was like, bro, so that's what you wanted? So I knew that was off the table. I was a free agent still at the time. Yeah. And I remember you calling me and you're like, hey, I ain't got $30K to give you up front, just cause money. I don't got this. But the thing about me is, one, I like a challenge, and two, I like doing business with people I love.
Yeah, same.
It's just seamless. It's genuine. It flows so much better. The way I look at it is like when LeBron went back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you had Kyrie there. They went like 20 and 62.
Salute to my version of Kyrie.
Yeah. Shout out to my Kyrie Irving, man. So, and then that's how I looked at it. So, I'm Bron, bro. I'm coming back home. Yeah. I'm coming back home to the people I love, to do business and get a chip from get a chip. We got a chip.
We did.
We ended up making season. We helped out a lot of people in the process. You know what I'm saying? You had your sponsors on your podcast that you were doing at the time. And it was just way better. I don't like front running. I wouldn't join a winning team. Like, I don't get how people. I can't KD.
You can't KD.
I can't KD. I'll never KD. I might James Harden. I might go to a team that stinks and still stink when I go there. But I like I said, I like a challenge. So that's how that all started, man.
I can say this on air. The one thing I was wrong about was what you are now most famous for.
Man.
Rapping was the thing.
You weren't even wrong, though. You just didn't know how big it was.
I didn't know that video games were going to be literally what I even watch now. Because it's all that's on.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point in our business relationship where we still worked and we still made a lot of stuff with it.
Right.
you just knew something that I didn't, and that's where we're going to talk about your streaming and what you're currently doing with this Flam God Gaming, which I finally subscribed to the Twitch. You know, we up. You told me, we were sitting in the studio making it, and you said, I'm getting hundreds of thousands of views here. What if I just put the album here and we didn't release it? I said that was the stupidest idea ever. I literally said, who's watching an hour stream of just us sitting? Your idea was we were going to sit in the studio and just play the album, and I was going to just roll my blunts. All my homies were going to be there. You were just going to be on the game.
Mafia, if I'm not mistaken, somebody in Sound Cave, OG Sound Cave, didn't want Mafia on the album. He said it didn't fit.
Not only that, they said, I'll give the exact quote.
Okay.
It did not fit the album. It sounds wannabe Young Thuggish. And we all said, whoa. We all said, whoa.
Yeah. Shout out Coast, by the way.
But that was you legit saying, no, I'm doing something for the streaming community. Like, they're gonna love this. My YouTube fans, they're gonna love it.
Yeah, so the game Mafia 3 came out at the time.
Yep.
And I beat it, and I was inspired by Mafia 3. And I'm a Mafia movie guy. Me and my mom watch Mafia movies, Untouchables,
Goodfellas.
You know, Goodfellas, Carlito's Way, all the classics, you know what I'm saying? Hoodlum, shout out Bumpy and them. And then I was like, I'm familiar with this Mafia stuff. I literally went to Vegas, I think like 2 months later, to go to the Mafia Museum to get inspiration. Wrote the song, sent the song out to multiple game developers. They all loved it, but nobody was making another Mafia game. That was the last Mafia game. I didn't know, but they said they loved it and we'll keep in touch. So I'm like, I missed the train. Put it on the album. It's one of the best songs on the album. So.
And his idea for this album was, how could I tell a story of your life, but with a bunch of songs that can make games. They would make gaming soundtracks. Again, I'm late to the party. I say, who's going to watch all this? You just say, trust me. I go, well, I'm not taking my 12% out of this. This is why we don't have a 360. But I didn't manage it. So I didn't have 12% in it, and I said, do your thing with it. We, a month after the album comes out, are in Los Angeles for EA Sports.
Talking to EA's creative director. Played him in Madden. Mind you, Cooper Kupp is there. De'Aaron Fox is there. Like, Cash Nasty. Like, these are the stars. And, like, I didn't say, like, oh, I told you, Trizzy. But every time, I just looked at him. Like,
he brought me there. That was the I told you so. Me getting free Monster Energy drinks just for being his manager.
You knocked back way too many for my liking, though.
I did.
You off 12 energy drinks is bro.
It was the equivalent to like Wolf on Wall Street. I was walking up to him in between like gaming meetings, and I'd be like, I got an idea. What if you made a Call of Duty record, bro? Just like you're Eminem. And he was like, are you on drugs? And I was like, no, it's the Berry Monster Energy.
You remember the OG Honeycomb mascot?
Yeah.
That was you.
Yeah, that was me.
The furry dude, that was you for sure.
That was me. Yeah. Well, we don't mention furries on this podcast.
My fault. Shout out to the furries.
Yeah, FurCon. Yeah. They don't cut the check.
Bro, they be having channels like lit. I want to go to one.
Well, okay. Well, that's off-camera stuff. But where did that idea come from? Because obviously you weren't the first one to come up with being a YouTube streamer, but to have the confidence to say, I will say this, we can look at the facts, one of the first rapper ones, like what, maybe you and Soulja Boy and T-Pain?
I wouldn't even say Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy did.
I wouldn't say Soulja Boy
implemented. Fact check this?
Soulja Boy going. I'm really SOD money game. Nah, let me stop. Soulja Boy played video games and did music.
Okay.
He never implemented it too.
Okay.
That's what I'll say.
Okay.
I implemented it too. The reason me and Maverick are so close is because I freestyled on stream and he loved it. I ended up having a stand-up comedy tour that I went to, and one of the stops was in Albuquerque, where he lives. I hit him up like, hey, can I stay at your house instead of pay for a hotel for a night? Stayed at his house. We ended up recording a video, came home. That video I had two videos I was in hit $1 million.
Is that the first Madden videos you did?
The first Madden, the blind draft, and then one of the IRL football videos I did.
Okay.
Look at his channel. He hadn't hit 1 million views, I think, in like 6 months. I went there, 2 of the videos had an M.
Oof.
And he was like, bruh, so you do this full time, right? I was like, nah, bro, I'm a musician first. And I'm trying to find a way to implement gaming into music. I ended up showing him what I do. He was like, I need you to fly back out here. Flew back out there 3 months later. I'm not getting paid for this, by the way, because I love doing it.
You spent like a week there, right?
Yeah. I spent like a week there. We recorded like a poop load of videos, and they're doing crazy numbers. And then
till this day,
all the comments, bro, bring Flam back out, bring Flam back out. So every time I made an appearance, it was like a big deal. And he ended up helping me get like streaming equipment and helping me get my own PC set up so I could do it from home. Got my own little, fan base, and then slowly but surely everything kind of just fed off of each other. And then boom, I move out there for 4 years. Takes off even more, and then I become a dad.
Yeah.
So, and then, I had to sacrifice some of it once I became a dad, which I have no problem with. And yeah, man, that's that. That's how that became.
That's crazy because that streaming is now, you found the perfect way to implement it, and that comes to this album that's coming.
Yeah.
You did postpone it. This was going to be cool.
Yeah.
We were going to record this on the day it came out and do some flash shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But still, it's coming out. What's the name of it?
Right now it's called Yourself.
Yourself.
Title pending.
Okay.
A lot can change from here until June.
That's because McBride's coming at him with legal action about the whole Yourself thing.
Oh, no! No, I'm playing.
A&M Apparel wants their legalities.
The title is pending, you know what I'm saying?
But
if he wants to cut, he can have a little 2%, you know what I'm saying?
I was listening to the project on
the stream.
On the stream of all people.
Yeah.
You found a way to incorporate a bunch of eras of yourself. The era that you wanted to do R&B, the video game stuff, the hard bars, like rapping 32 no hook, you know what I'm saying?
You know I hate hooks.
So how does it feel to make the project that I know, but for people who don't know you, to make a project that is so diverse? How does that feel? Because you've never done that in your previous work. You've given little breadcrumbs.
Yeah, a little sprinkle here and
but
there.
Never full projects where you're singing or going all of it. Tell me about that.
Off rip, I already know that some of my core fan base probably not gonna like it. Just because I'm just being realistic. It's new. It's something I've never done before. It's kind of like what Ebro was saying. Like, people like, oh, we want these artists to evolve, and we want their music to evolve. But Kendrick dropped a whole album about therapy and overcoming addiction and things like that, and infidelity, and people are like, oh, this is probably the worst album he done dropped.
Yeah.
People they say they want it, but they don't. Me personally, I drop music because I that's my outlet, it's my journal, it's my diary. So if you want to learn about me, just go listen to my album, like, straight up. So this project is definitely more of like a lover boy theme, but it's not lover boy how you think, like Drake. It's not that kind of lover boy. It's kind of like love across all spectrums of humanity. Yeah. Love for my son. Like, there's a banger on there about my boy.
It's tight.
I got a banger on there about, it's a breakup song, but it's a breakup song, and I'm glad I broke up with you. Not like I'm crying, you know what I'm saying? There's a love song in there about, hey, watch out for her, bro. She gonna hurt you. Yeah. And that's something I really wanna, and then I think you saw the tweet earlier when I tweeted Yaphet Kotto.
Yeah.
Gambino.
Love that song.
I didn't even really put 2 and 2 together until I listened to that song. I'm like, bro, I'm low-key in my Stone Mountain Kauai stage right now. Yeah. So I kind of want to put that together. So if people want to get an idea of what Yourself, title pending, is going to sound like, go listen to Stone Mountain Kauai. Go watch the Gambino short film he dropped. I forgot the name of it. When he recorded at Chris Bosh's mansion.
It's
Topanga was in it.
Something for the Wrong Reasons.
Yeah.
Associated with Because of the Internet. Look up Because of the Internet, and it will pop up in there.
That's pretty much what this album's going to be. There's going to be visuals attached to it, not necessarily music videos. Yeah. I'm going to call them visuals because there's a story into it. I'm still mapping things out and such like that. And I'm a big comic book guy too, so there's going to be Easter eggs in there, kind of like the MCU.
What is evolution for you?
What do you mean?
As a artist, as a person, what is that to you? Because 30, is approaching.
Man.
Like, you've been in this...
Why you say it out loud, though?
Hey,
it sounds crazy to say out
loud. you're one of the few people who can say you are a young vet. You have legit 15 years in a business that most people don't have. Like, you're like Dominic Mysterio. Like, Rey Mysterio's son technically is an 18-year
Being
veteran.
a 15-year vet at 29 sounds insane.
Sounds weird, right?
It sounds crazy, but you're right. So evolution to me, man, is kind of looking, not to be on the nose, but it's like Pokemon, bro. Like, every evolution is completely different. Like, Squirtle starts off bald, has a little turtle shell. War Turtle has like bangs with waves, you know what I'm saying? Bro got claws now, and Blastoise got cannons sticking out of his shell. It's looking back on all those different evolutions, and it's like, look at what you were, you know what I'm saying? Like, I bet you Squirtle thought he was the coldest Pokemon out at the time, and then he evolved. He was like, hold on, I'm stronger. You know, I could tank grass a little easier. And then Blastoise, bro, I got cannons on my back. You can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at evolution as a dad, as a musician, as an artist, as a gamer, just across life. It's just, you want to elevate as much as possible. Don't rush the process, but if you look back, me, I go off of annual increments. So I look yearly. So February 14, 2023, I wasn't in the same spot I was in a year ago. I didn't have my gaming equipment. I was planning on moving back to San Jose. I was down bad mentally.
Literally and metaphorically, you're speaking.
Bruh,
technically.
Yeah, literally. Financially, you know what I'm saying? Not child support, but child care was $700 a week.
Damn.
Bruh. Right?
Damn.
So I had to sell my gaming PC to pay for my son's child care at the time. And now he's staying with me at my apartment.
That's crazy. I'm
back screaming. I hit 1,000 subs in a week.
No, he did real life.
Like, I got partnered by Twitch. I think I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I'm top 150 and the fastest people to get partnered on Twitch ever.
Talk that
so
fast.
It's like,
what?
You need to never ever be in the same spot you ran a year ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a year works for me. It may not work for you or anybody else, but some people it's 6 months, people's 5 years. You know, but annually, that's how I try to look at things as far as evolution. You know, you just want to be better, be greater, be crazy, be delusional. You know what I'm saying? Have those dreams, because if you would have told me when I was 18, like, bro, you finna get partnered hella fast, bro. You don't even know. Yeah, right. Twitch, you stop it.
Yeah.
You're finna play EA Madden with the creative director, with Cooper Kupp and De'Aaron Fox, who went to University of Kentucky on your favorite basketball team. Like, bro, stop. I don't believe you. You got to be crazy to do what we do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just awesome to look back and just be like, dang, I did that. You know what I'm saying?
How has fatherhood impacted you?
I don't like talking about fatherhood because it makes me cry. But the cool thing about fatherhood, bro, is that, like, let's talk about Pokemon again, right?
Okay. Love it. You could tell he's seen something recently on it.
Bro. Pokemon go crazy. So the way I look at fatherhood is like the XP share device you can put on it gives you an extra boost so you evolve faster. You know what I'm saying? So if you get in a fight and you win a fight, let's say you get 10 XP. With the XP share, you get 75 XP. Yeah. So you evolve faster than all the other Pokemon just because you got that extra oomph on you. My son has taught me how to be a better human, how to eat better, how to exercise more, because I want to be alive. I want to be around when he got kids. You know what I'm saying? I want to see my grandkids. I want to do the old black guy jokes. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no thing for the chicken wing, you know?
He does those.
And if I got some grease, I might slide your piece. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that when I'm 78. You know what I'm saying? I want to play basketball with him. So my son he added an extra element to my life that I didn't know I needed, and I didn't know I was capable of. So it's hard though, especially because my son's nonverbal. You know what I'm saying? He's not on the spectrum yet. He hasn't been diagnosed, but he has a speech delay. So right now I'm learning sign language. I'm teaching him how to, request things, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. It's like a cool little side mission I get to do that gives me a way better reward than a story mode mission would do. So I keep tying things to video games, bro. I'm sorry, but that's just how I look at life.
Well, you're a video game guy.
Yeah. That's just how I look at life.
I look at you guys as like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He's not a side character. Yeah, because
actually, he's more like Pikachu. Because he don't say much, but you can tell in his face.
But he gets busy.
Yeah, he go crazy. He go knock out 50 Pidgeotos for me easily.
Yeah. Don't see Zebo on the playground. It's over.
You know he got kicked out of soccer.
I bet. because he should have been playing rugby.
It's my boy. He is a big.
He should have been playing
He's
rugby.
big for 3.5.
No, that's
Really
crazy.
big. Yeah,
Really?
he was too physical with the kids
Hold
on
on,
his team.
3.5?
3.5. Yeah.
I'm now too old.
He's a fire hydrant with curls, bro.
I'm now too old.
That's my boy.
Before we get out of here, I
Yeah.
got 3 very quick questions,
Mhm.
but I think you'll appreciate them.
Okay.
First one, for anybody out there who does not know who Flammy Marciano is, and they need a song that, because I can give them my version and I'll give them my answer, but if you give them a song that is going to be the speed, like the accelerator to your career, what is the song that you present? Because I'll tell them what I present, and then
That I've made.
Yeah, that you've made, not one that hasn't came yet.
A song that I put out that
You
defines me.
That you would present maybe to the aliens to define you.
Not the aliens.
Yeah,
Is it the Independence Day aliens or like the World of the War joints?
we know about the aliens.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. Is it the reptilian joints?
Come on, we're again a corporate pod.
Space Force could be listening, bro. You know. I'd probably give them 81 on Rosehead.
That's the one okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, we on the same wavelength. 81 on Rosehead
yes,
for sure.
And if you don't know what that means, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe.
81 points on Jalen Rose.
Mhm.
That whole song is his version of putting up 81 points.
Yeah.
So I do advise anyone to check it out. It is a great example of who he is.
Yeah, boy.
If you wanted to define your taste in film or television, what would you recommend somebody right now?
From any era?
Any era.
So one movie and one TV show?
Yeah.
Movie? I've been on a Bill Paxton binge, man.
This is why I asked, because he's a nerd about this.
I've been on a Bill Paxton binge, so I've been watching Twister, Aliens 2. I'd say Aliens, but some people be like, which Aliens? I'm like, bro, the first one's Alien, and the second one's Aliens.
Yeah.
But they don't listen to that. So Aliens is what I've been watching. So I'm going to go with Aliens. Shout out Ripley, Sigourney Weaver, the GOAT.
Go.
And as far as TV shows, Three's Company, the greatest TV show of all time, man.
Wow.
Shout out Jack, shout out Chrissy,
love
shout out
Three's
Janet, Mr.
Company.
Roper. I will go to war over Three's Company,
I love
bro.
Three's Company. He
That is
brought
the
back
greatest
such
cast.
a childhood memory.
It is the greatest cast in comedy sitcom ever.
it.
Over Fresh Prince, over Cheers. I put it over Seinfeld, Frasier.
That's
People hate me for that, but Three's Company is the greatest cast ever.
And I'm pretty sure, like, we can look it up. We got fact checkers in the back. But I'm
Shout out Asia.
Yeah. But I'm
President of the merch.
Oh yeah, wham!
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's one of like the first like kind of raunchy comedies. Like I think that and I Dream of Jeannie are
They play around with a lot of like lewd jokes.
Yeah, like that were that
Jack's sexuality.
That would be kind of crazy now.
Yeah, there's hearing sounds in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Chrissy's, but really she's putting on shoes that don't fit.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Roper being one of those. You know what I'm saying? Like he was, he was before.
Yeah. No pudding pops. Anyways, and then one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you can write a book, what's your legacy as an artist? What's your legacy as an artist?
Writing a book is like, I ain't gonna lie, it's further down the road. It is on there.
Like you're on your Charlemagne, where just in the middle of your career, you decide to put out a Black Privilege.
So you want a title?
I would like if it could encapsulate what you think your legacy so far has been.
I'd probably drop something fiction based on my life.
Oh, okay, that's actually more interesting.
I would probably
to
do
me.
that. I'd probably drop like
8 Mile It.
Not even an 8 Mile It. I'd more like.
Because technically that's Get Rich or Die Trying when you think about it. A fiction version of his come up.
Right. I'd probably do like a Atlanta just because I want my friends involved.
That's cool.
So, but it would if it's starting off as a book, I need the first 3 chapters to be heavy.
Yeah.
So it'd be fiction, but it'd be some truth sprinkled in there. You know what I'm saying? To like the journeys we have with our friends, the smoke we got into.
Yeah.
The insane stories people wouldn't believe even if we told them that we're taking to the grave.
I told some of my friends and they think I'm in a cartel now.
Man, we had the cartel in the booth, remember? Grab the Gucci bag and dip. But yeah, it'd probably be a fictional book, but it would be based loosely on my life.
Do you have a name?
Yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Ah.
Tie back. Just Fox.
Okay.
Just Fox.
Okay.
Last name. Carry that legacy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What does the Fox? I'm not gonna do the joke again. That ruined
I
everybody's
almost
life.
flipped this table over, bro.
That
You know how
ruined-
bad I hated Homecoming, bro? Horrible time to be a last name. Goosebumps.
That ruined everybody's life.
Miss
Last
Davidson
time I-
was in on it. Like,
Yeah.
teachers need to grow up, bro. Why are you? Let me stop.
Okay. No. Well, thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
this. This was great. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
the amount that we could go on for days about you.
It's
because
ridiculous.
You're,
Yeah.
we haven't even talked about Follow Me EP. Like, there's a million things that I could
Right.
discuss. But I will let you get this last thing off. Please tell people where they can find you and tell people about where they can find the music, because I know you're hinting at some.
Yeah,
a little
man.
thing.
Actually, I think this is the first one I'm talking about it.
Go
But
ahead.
you can find me on Twitter, Instagram.
Right there.
You can find me at Twitter and Instagram at Flammy Marciano. That's FLAMMY Marciano, MARCIANO. And Twitch and YouTube, Flam God Gaming. That's FLAMGAWD Gaming, GAMING. I think that's it as far as socials and like where they can find me at. Email address, it's in the description of the YouTube videos. I don't know which one I got there. As far as music, I'm currently switching distributors, but I am on Spotify and Apple Music. And the album that was supposed to drop today, I'm releasing on Patreon tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific time. Just because I played it for the people and they wanted it bad, and I feel bad for blue balling them like that. So they will be able to get it for $1. Just $1. You get 4 songs for $1. So that will be available on Patreon on MP3 download. Those aren't the final versions of the songs. The final version on those will be on the album, mixed and mastered. Might have some verses, might have some new features, might have a remix. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah. So even if you're watching this, it will be clearly after the day of, but you will still be able to go get all the original versions.
Yeah, booty.
Trust me, there's a lot developing in the process that he's working on that he will not even tell me because he's a top secret squirrel. But
She knows.
we're
working on something.
She's got it.
Yeah.
But thank you again. This has been the Content Magazine Podcast. He's Daquan Fox. I'm
Sir.
Troy Ewers.
Appreciate you.
And
Thank you for listening to the Content Magazine podcast. Follow us on social media at Content Mag. Become a member and help us to continue to tell the stories of the South Bay creatives. This episode's music is 408 by Jack Pavlina. Follow him on Spotify and also on his Instagram at Jack Pavlina Music.